The Vorton combat arena fell silent as Specialist Jamie Rodriguez stepped onto the electrified grid. Across from her, Kreth the Destroyer flexed all four of his muscular arms, his gray hide rippling with bioengineered combat enhancements. The 7-foot warrior had never lost a match. He'd certainly never lost to a human. "This is cultural exchange," Kreth's voice boomed through his translator. "Sending a female to face a champion? Your species insults the Vorton Collective." Jamie adjusted her stance, rolling her shoulders. "The match was random selection. You got me. I got you. That's how lotteries work." Kreth's mandibles spread in what his species considered a grin. "Then I will make this educational. When I break you, your people will learn their place in the galactic hierarchy." The referee, a floating Luminari drone, activated the combat grid. Standard rules. First to incapacitate opponent or surrender wins. Lethal force prohibited. Begin. Kreth moved with surprising speed for his size, closing the distance in 2 bounds. His primary right fist shot toward Jamie's face with enough force to shatter bone. This was his signature move, the Vorton Honor Break. Crushing an opponent's facial structure in the opening seconds established dominance. The crowd of cadets from a dozen species leaned forward. This would be over in seconds. Jamie's head snapped back. Blood exploded from her nose. She staggered, and Kreth roared in triumph, already raising his arms to the cheering Vorton delegation. Then Jamie smiled through the blood. "Thanks for the opening." What happened next would be studied in combat academies for years. While Kreth celebrated, Jamie had dropped low, her center of gravity shifted. Her right hand shot out. Not a punch, but a precise strike to Kreth's forward knee. The joint human kinesiologist had identified as structurally identical to an earth ostrich. Kreth's leg buckled at an unnatural angle. He roared in pain and shock, his secondary arms reaching down instinctively to protect the injury. Fatal mistake. Jamie was already moving, using his own descending mass as leverage. She grabbed his primary left arm, twisted her body, and applied a technique that was ancient when humanity still hunted with spears, the standing armbar. Vorton biology made their limbs incredibly strong, but their elbow joints locked differently than human ones. Jamie had spent 3 weeks studying the anatomical scans. She knew exactly where to apply pressure. Another crack. Kreth's arm bent backward, the enhanced muscles and tendons unable to compensate for the joint's structural failure. "Yield," Jamie said quietly, maintaining pressure. "Or I keep going." Kreth's scream of rage died in his throat as the pain registered. His arm hung useless, and his shattered knee prevented him from regaining his footing. 43 seconds had elapsed since the match began. "I yield," he gasped. The arena erupted in chaos. Jamie released him immediately, stepping back as medical drones swarmed Kreth. She wiped the blood from her face, her nose already swelling but her eyes clear and focused. The Vorton delegation sat in stunned silence. Their champion, recipient of their finest combat augmentations, had been dismantled by a human female in under a minute. Ambassador Thelkor, leader of the Vorton delegation, descended from the viewing platform. He approached Jamie, his 4 eyes studying her with new respect. "Your nose is broken," he observed. "Yeah." Jamie grinned, despite the pain. "But I'm walking out of here. Your champion's going to medical bay. We were told humans were fragile." "Weak." "We are fragile," Jamie said, accepting a medical pack from trainer. "That's why we learned to fight smart. But humans don't stop just because we're bleeding. We stop when the job's done." She glanced at Kreth being loaded onto a medical platform, his arm in a stabilization field. "Maybe next time, your champion won't mistake pain tolerance for weakness." That's the educational part. Ambassador Thelkor's mandibles clicked, a sound of grudging respect. Perhaps the Vorton Collective has much to learn about humanity. Jamie pressed the cold pack to her nose. "That's what cultural exchange is for, Ambassador." "You're welcome."